been looked at in a very long time, and was quite dusty. It was quite interesting, but even so, Herb's eyes soon became heavy, and before he could close the book, he fell asleep with his head on the page. When people are reading a really good book, they often say that the story really sucked them in, or that they feel like they're a part of the action. Well, this is one story where that's exactly what happens. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Book by Lauren Child. Herb woke with a start to hear strange, high-pitched shrieking noise. He looked over to see if Ezzy was awake, but there was no sign of him at all. Furthermore, his bed had become sort of lumpy and huge, which was funny because he had always found his bed to be just right.
What are you doing here? How dare you be on this page? I am the star. I say you're not allowed in this story.
Where am I?
On my page.
But who are you?
I'm Goldilocks, of course, and this is my story.
And that's when it dawned on Herb that he fell into the book. He scrambled out of bed as quickly as he could, scooted down the stairs, went slap, bang, wallop, right into 3 different sized bears. Well, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be here.
That's quite all right. It could have happened to anyone,
said the largest bear. How about some porridge? You may find it too hot or too cold. I'm afraid we're at the just right, said the medium-sized bear.
In case you pea-brains have forgotten, this story is called Goldilocks and the Three Bears, not the little show-off in pajamas has breakfast.
Herb ran for it. He ran past 2 children nibbling on a house made of gingerbread. I wouldn't do that, called Herb. Herb ran all the way through the forest. Long last came to an enormous door. It's difficult to open because the illustrator to the handle much too high up. But after 3 attempts at jumping, Herb finally managed to slowly creak open the door. Seemed there was a party going on. Everyone was dressed to the nines and dancing in wigs. There was a couple in crowns having a furious discussion in loud voices. Why the dickens is that what Prince Charming? Never mind him. Where the devil is my throne? Herb couldn't help but notice that the queen had a mustache drawn on a ballpoint pen. And who might you be? This is a private royal party. You know, no one in pajamas invited. I'm Herb. I own this book. Oh, so you're the little doodler who ruined my looks. And where's my throne, you little scissor snipper? That's when Herb had remembered that when he was much, much younger, he had drawn mustaches and glasses on many of his book characters, added telephones to all the rooms, and cut out the royal throne for a model spaceship that he and Ezzy were making. And he was worried that he may be responsible for the disappearance of Prince Charming, sort of desperately wondered what to do next. Saw his pencil case lying on the floor. He'd been looking for it for months. There wasn't enough time to find the door, but by snipping a hole in the palace floor, Herb was able to wriggle through it. On to the next page. He was in a very dusty kitchen. His feet were stained the floor, and there would look like giant cookie crumbs all over the place. Sorry about the dirt, said a bedraggled yet pretty girl. Aren't you meant to be at a royal ball? Yes, but Prince Charming was late, and my dress dissolved into rags. And my carriage turned back into a pumpkin. A cup of tea. She was really nice, and Herb was beginning to feel extremely guilty because he had just remembered where Prince Charming was. He had cut him out to make a birthday card for his mother. If I could get out of this book, I could find Prince Charming for you. Oh, I know who can help. It's my fairy godmother. Drat! Absolutely maddening. I was in the middle of a spell. This better be important. It's an emergency. You have to help me get out of this book. All right. Keep your pajamas on. I suppose I could come to the rescue as always. Flibbity jibbity bibbity boo. Make this book come out of a shoe. Quick, climb up the text. Herb grabbed hold of the words and scrambled up the sentences. A few of the words were a bit weak, and the whole pile started to wobble. The book shook off the bed, sent Herb headlong right onto his own bedroom floor. What's going on? Said a confused Ezzy. As you can imagine, it took some explaining. Herb and Ezzy spent the rest of the night putting the book back to rights, rubbing out mustaches, cleaning out crumbs, blowing away dust, and the bewildered Prince Charming was fried. off the birthday card and taped back into the ballroom. However, Herb just couldn't help putting a padlock on the Three Bears' front door. And as he just couldn't help sticking a wing on Goldilocks, well, serves her right for being such a meanie. So the next time Herb opened the book, he saw a girl outside the Three Bears' cottage, desperately trying to open the door. A very cross little girl with mousy brown hair.